Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. And we got an interesting day going on in the market. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Hopefully, everybody had a happy weekend. Cold weekend here in North Carolina. It's going to warm up a little bit today. All you guys that are in Arizona and all that kind of stuff can keep all that stuff over there. But if way up north, I don't want none of that either. So we need to warm. Well, I think we're going to have 5 days of over 60-degree weather here in North Carolina. All right. If you're here, interesting day in the market. Market was going down. Looks like it's trying to do a rebound. Watch tonight's video. So for all of those that say that they don't get the alerts about the videos that are coming out, Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays, there's a video coming out tonight at 6 p.m. You want to make sure you watch it, all right? It's already recorded. Joey will put it up, or Cool will put it up. It'll be there for you tonight at 6 p.m. on our YouTube channel. You should get an alert, but in case you don't, come check our YouTube channel out about 6 p.m. Tonight, there'll be a new recorded video in regards to what's going on in the market right now. All right, so we've got a guest today, so I'm not going to do a lot of market overview, enough market overview, but we've got a guest today, which is ideally suited for many of you who are longer-term traders in the market, so you don't want to miss out on that. It's going to be a great something that you guys need to take advantage of because here at VectorVest, pretty much we do all the work, you reap the rewards. All right, so let's talk about what's going on in the market. Let's go into our graphics, looking at the market timing graph, big something that, I've been talking about for the longest time, is that the market is overbought. We have an indicator called the MTI, lets us know when the market is overbought. And we're in the range of 1.5 to 1.6 on a scale between 0 and 2. And the market is pulling back 2 days in a row now. And with that being said, tonight's video is going to talk about the market being overbought and what to prepare for. But from a market timing perspective, markets had a nice run up. There's a lot of things that should be keeping the market down and that are coming to fruition. My guest has a lot of insight on that. But tonight's video, once again, is going to talk a lot about what's going on and why we need to be prepared. It's great that the market gives you an opportunity to make money. But don't squander it all away by thinking that the market's going to go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. All right, be careful in what's going on in the market. So this is where we stand. On Mondays, we do a little bit more of market timing. Let's go put this graph today so I can explain to you intraday 1 minute bars current day. Here's the market falling, gap down. Tried to do a little bit of a run up this morning. We never faded the gap. All right, from a market timing perspective, here's the gap down from this morning. We did set 2 intraday levels here and here. Market's pulling back some more, and we do have a level of support here. So all of these lines are just to show you that from the market's pullback this morning, we're still trading lower than the market's start this morning. We're getting a little bit more drag on the market now as the day progresses along the way. So on the 3-month graph, down for 2 days in a row. On the intraday graph today, gapping down, started to do a little bit of a rebound, and then we're still pulling back, and we've got session lows here on the composite of 58.61. How many of you, all right, let me ask the question. How many of you feel that the market has more upside than downside, type of 1? How many of you feel that the market has more downside than upside, type of 2? All right, so Joey is checking his Bitcoin, crappy investments, and Glenn trying his 10-gallon hats. I don't know what we got Western Wednesday coming up on Wednesday. I don't know what I need to wear on Wednesday. I've got a mixture in the room as I look at the numbers. A lot of people think that we do have more upside. So for those people, all right, for those people who think that we have more upside, I am going to relate that to these 2 words. And I need you guys to write this down. I'm going to equate that to irrational exuberance. All right. I don't think that there's a lot of reason besides the Fed lowering the interest rate increase to give the market more upside. All right. That's my personal opinion. All right, that's my personal opinion. And for everyone who's saying the market's got more upside, why? Inflation is still high, even though we're coming, the Fed is shrinking the economy. Jobs is a problem. Jobs is a problem. And with the employment rate still staying as low as it is, the Fed's going to raise interest rates. The Fed's still going to, that's not good for the economy. All right. So again, the opportunities are there. I'm going to tell you to take advantage of them, but I'm going to also tell you to be careful. Market's overbought. And if interest rates continue to move higher, people are going to start second guessing about keeping their money in the market and start to move it out of the market. Why? Because if they're going to get more return on interest rates, they'll probably take it out of the market as well. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that's going on. Then I guess Dr. Paul is irrationally exuberant. At the 2-day, what did Dr. Paul say in our panel? He said that he thought that the market was going to go up for the first 4 months before it went down. So listen, and I got nothing bad to say about Dr. Paul. I love him to death. I'm just looking at it on paper. Who just said the Sunny? I'm looking at it on paper. I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at why the market is going higher. Why is it going higher? Why? Is anything getting better in the economy for the market to go higher? That's the question I ask. All right. So I put that out there. All right. So, and I just leave that alone. All right. So based upon the intraday, looking at the market, looking at the end of day, looking at the market, what news is moving the market? Let's take a couple of looks at a couple of different things here real quick. First ones, job numbers keep climbing, sinking the chances of rate cuts. All right. Stephanie says it's the perception of things becoming better. What is going to become better? And when I bring my guest on, I know he's got something to talk about, but I'm going to ask his insight on this as well. I am going to ask his insight on this. What's going to get better? What's going to get better? All right. The dollar is going down. Ooh, the dollar is still not really going down yet overall. Gold is feeling that effect. Before gold can really take off, the dollar's got to weaken. It hasn't weakened enough. And I take that back because gold has moved a little bit, and it has. All right, so, but we already moved out of the declining funds, didn't we, says Shopper? Just need to find a sector that's still going up. I'm not talking about the Chinese balloons. I'm not getting into that. That's not here. I'm not trying to get into that. All right, how many people we got here? 227. Let's go see if we can get 300 people here. All right, if you think the conversation is on par with what's going on in the market, invite some people to get to the room. Let's see if we can get about 300 people in this room. And one last story I want to bring on before I get my guest on is about job cuts. Dell to cut 5% of its workforce as tech layoffs continue. And a lot of people looking at the tech layoffs and going, man, there's a lot of jobs being lost. And that's true. But if you look at the tech labor force in the scheme of things for jobs, it still plays a smaller role, a smaller portion in the jobs that are out there. All right, so a lot of the cuts that we're seeing are coming from tech companies, but just putting that out there as well. All right, so those are the only 2 news articles that I have today. I think the market is doing what it's doing. We'll talk a little bit more about what stocks to take a look at, what industries are moving. Would you like to fly in my... Wow, who sang that song? Up and away in my beautiful balloon. Who sang that song? Who sang that song? All right, type it in the room. Who sang that song? I know who sang that song. My guest is old enough. He should know who sang that song. Talking about my guest. Nope, it wasn't the Carpenters. The Carpenters were the only group that I really liked that could put you to sleep on every song. Every song that they had, they go put you to sleep. It was the Fifth Dimension. That's absolutely right, Paul. It was the Fifth Dimension. All right. Talking about my guests, for those of you who are longer-term investors in the market, we have a portfolio for retirement transformation. And my next guest is going to be Jim Penna. He's going to talk a little bit about webcasts that we've got, free webcasts coming up this week for you in regards to transforming your retirement portfolio. There's a lot of you who are out there who are already retired, or people who are in that realm of becoming retired. So Jim, talk to them about what you're going to be doing for the next couple of days as far as webcasts.
Hi, Glenn. Thanks for having me on, and hello to everyone who's here. I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. How you doing, Mark? I see some of the chat coming through, but thanks for letting me just talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday and Thursday, and actually the following Monday. We're going to have a free webcast, and we're going to talk about building and managing your portfolio. That's what I do here as manager of retirement services. I talk about how to build and manage. I joke often that phrase has become one word for. I can't say build a retirement portfolio without adding the and manage part. And it kind of segues into what Glenn has been talking about and what the questions and comments are coming in. What's the market doing? Is it irrational? I don't know what the market's doing, but I know this. We're looking at, based on our indicators, an overbought market, right? If you use the history of VectorVest, looking at the MTI. I also know that the global headwinds are still in the global micro headwinds are still there. And so while we'll continue to be fully invested in our retirement portfolios, the point of what Glenn's talking about and what we're all talking about with, listen, gold has pulled back a little bit. I think it's a great time. Well, I can't make that recommendation. I have, I gotta be careful. With gold pulling back, I'm a little bullish on gold. I think the dollar is moving up, is probably a great safe haven, right? Being protecting your portfolio equities, protecting your net worth, your retirement nest egg, is what's most important now. I believe where it goes from here, I don't really know. I know I'm focusing more. I know Chairman Powell has a speech tomorrow. Is that going to have a short-term effect? I'm sure it will. But as Glenn said, they're going to keep raising interest rates, at least for the near future, whether it's 25 or 50 basis points. I'm not sure what, other than a daily effect on the market. I don't know what it is. But there's still management techniques that have to be in place, not only for the short-term investor, right, but understanding how to use options for those who are in here who might be in their retirement group. In one of the portfolios I'll talk about tomorrow, I went out and bought some protective puts on the portfolio. I used the Qs right the other day when it was, I forget exactly what day it was, when the market had rallied and the Qs were up well above where they are now. I bought some put options, right, to protect against this uncertainty that we talk about. So right now we have portfolios in our retirement coaching group that are up, on the year. We are fully invested, but we are still at the same time focusing on protecting those investments, right? I'm not going to shy away from the techniques that have gotten us in the growth portfolio just under 25%, in the dividend portfolio just over 15% annualized rate of, just under 15% annualized rate of return, and that it's just about 20% with the dividends added. Both of these are over time, anywhere from 5 or 6 to 8 or 9 years. But not going to shy away with those for the more prudent, longer-term investor. But we are going to be strategically defensive. That's what I'm going to talk about in the webcast come Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know if I guess the link has been put up, vectorvest.com/3 most effective. Well, the link is there. You guys can see the link.
Of what you're talking about in that.
Yeah, you can scroll down. It's going to give a quick recap. Again, it's a free webcast to come and join, and we're going to talk about the different strategies to build and manage your longer term retirement net worth. So that's what we're going to look at. And listen, it's been a year. I've been focusing on the protective side of all that. So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday and Thursday as well.
And all you need to do, Joey put the link, it's pinned to the top of the chat. You can select tomorrow at 12, tomorrow at 6 p.m., Thursday at 4:30, and Monday at 12 p.m. So you can select which date and time you want. All you have to do, as a matter of fact, I'll walk you through it. I'll put in my name. Holy smokes. Wow. All that stuff came up. All the stuff that I didn't want to come up. Anyway, You could put up your email, put up your phone number, all that stuff. Oh man, good. God, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm moving back anyway. But that's the link. That's the link to go. Joey put the link up in there, and you can sign up for whichever day that you want. It's free, folks. For everybody out there, it is absolutely free. Go ahead, Jim.
I just happened to see a chat come in. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but Roger had commented, I bailed on the downturn, mostly cash, but now is not the time to buy back in. And just to go to what we're going to talk about and the techniques that we use building and managing these portfolios is now would definitely not be the time to buy back in. Right. It with the MTI where it is, we're already, whenever the confirmed up call came 3-4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago now, whatever it was, this is certainly not the time to be buying back in at this point. Hopefully if you've been with us, you have built those portfolios and have invested. I mean, we've started to do things just as an example, right? Doing married puts on the most recent confirmed up call, right? Going in, listen, it's difficult when you get a confirmed up call in the middle of, I know it's not the VectorVest definition of a bear market, but in the market we've been in, right, getting a confirmed up call is difficult. So there are ways to stick to a process, like I said, that's generated, anywhere from 15 to 25% annualized rate of return over a period of time. We're not going to shy away. The cycle will change, right? The cycle we're in will change, right? But I don't know when.
And that's why timing is so important.
Exactly, and that's why timing is important, and that's why an important part of what I'm going to talk about on Wednesday, Thursday, is right now understanding how to protect your portfolio every bit as much as building it. Because anyway, I just wanted to comment. Roger is correct. Now is not the time to put cash into your retirement nest egg right now, into your equity portfolios for your retirement. I'm just looking at a headline, one of the headlines here on my screen: volatility, treasuries, and the US dollar point to a weakening stock market. That's just a headline. Is it true? There's a lot more to it than that, but those are the macro issues that we're looking at. And I happen to believe it's certainly time to be careful.
There you go.
And just one last comment, Glenn, before I leave you alone. Somebody had typed in there, the only money they were making, the only account making money right now for whoever typed it in was the cash trading account. And I laughed because one of the most conservative forms of managing your money right now might be day trading and going to cash at 3:55 in the afternoon so that you can sleep better and wake up and just trade tomorrow. So it's kind of a half a joke I've been spreading around here is that the active day trader might be the most conservative form of investing right now.
It's interesting, Jim, because this is what you call a trader's market. This is, up one day, down one day, volatile. This is a trader's market. But even in a trader's market, to have portfolios that are creating the returns that you're returning definitely deserves a look. And that's why you guys need to go check out the webcasts that Jim is doing for the next couple of days to help give you some insight on how to manage your retirement, how to transform. Someone was talking about their 401k that, I've got certain amount of money in my 401k that I self-manage. That self-managed money is doing better than the mutual funds that are being managed on the other side. Much better, and I wish that they would let me take my own 401k money and just do my own thing. I do better than the mutual funds that I have to, buy into, so it is what it is. But having self-managed, having the ability to trade your own money, even if you've got a money manager, folks, the ability sometimes shows you that you have the wherewithal to even outperform who you've got managing your money. All right. I challenge everyone out there to at least try it.
Glenn, can I just comment real quick? I see a chat come in and it just goes to the protection. Simon had typed in, I said I bought options on the Qs, some put options. I thought the signal to buy puts was the DEW down, but the signal's still up. And I'm just going to comment on that question because I think it's a great point. What I say when I talk about whether it's in the course or in the webcast or in the coaching group is that's what I call the line in the sand, right? If you haven't done anything to protect your portfolio, the DEW down to me is where you begin to do it. But listen, when I see green, when I see the overbought market, when I see the MTI going to 1.62, I bought puts on the Qs when it was soaring, when there was green across the board. Okay. Let me put it this way. There's never a bad time if you've got equities and you've got, more, again, remember, I'm not talking about swing trading and day trading here. If you've got a portfolio of equities and you're like the old quote I always use from Mark Twain, right? Don't just sit there and worry, right? Do something, anything about what's worrying you. So if I have a portfolio that is taking off and I'm, as Glenn said earlier, why? This is great. I'm fully invested and my stocks are moving up. That's the best time to worry.
Okay? Always. That's right.
So, and again, I'm not pushing, 50% of the equity in my portfolio into Qs or SPY puts. It's not what I'm talking about. I will talk about it in the webcast, but, protecting that. When I saw the Qs doing what they were doing, it just, again, I'm not recommending you do it now. They were up a lot more when I did just less than a week ago. But those put options helped me over the last couple of days as the market moves back. So great question. I just wanted to comment on it. When I talk about that, the DEW red lights in the price column, these are, could be anything that triggers your worry, right? If you're worried about what's happening to your net worth or your equity portfolio, protect it.
Amen. Can we get an amen in the room for that? That's some amen worthiness right there. That's for real. And again, what I love about our channel is we don't talk about or say things that you want to hear. We tell you the things that you need to hear. And sometimes you don't agree with it. And I'm okay with that. I think we're okay with that. But it's all about ensuring that the subscribers to this channel have the useful information to help them make money. And that's all we want to do, folks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's right. There are considerations, I think, to kind of paraphrase, I think what Glenn is saying. There are considerations you should take. Whether you absolutely go in full throttle, that's going to be up to you. But when I see an MTI at 1.66, my consideration is, for the prudent investor, how do I protect this now that it's where it is? Anyway, I'll leave it at that, Glenn.
You're awesome, bro. Thank you for being here. Anytime you want to come on here, you're always invited. And I think VV Nation likes seeing you too. Hey, hit the like button if you haven't. Jim took some time out of his day to talk about something that is of interest to many of you. So this coming up this Thursday, 2 days this Thursday, and also next week, folks, you want to come join them. All right. So hit that like button and support them. The webcast is free, folks. All right. Again, thank you, Jim. I appreciate it, bro. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about, we talked a little bit about market timing. We talked a little bit about the news. Let's get back into the software. And let's go see what I got going on for you today. So the indices, all of the major indices are down, but they are coming off of their session lows. All right. As we saw in the graph, they were coming off of their session lows. Look at that push back down, bouncing again. But the session low for today on the composite was 58.61. All right. The thing is going up, though, is the VIX, the volatility on the S&P 500. We're still below 20. When that number of the VIX, the volatility on the S&P 500 is above 20, there's a heightened level of volatility in the morning, in the market. So a little bit of rise, a little bit of fear in the market today. This is a fear greed indicator. A little bit more fear in the market today. Stocks that are making the big news. There wasn't a whole bunch of stocks that I wanted to look. The big news today was all about the Chinese balloon. I got my own views on that. So there wasn't a whole bunch of, blah, 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 blah. Remember, we've got Wednesday live stream. We got Thursday live stream. We'll get more into news. I wanted to make sure that I gave Jim more than enough time to talk about what's going on in the portfolio, the transformation portfolio for retirement. Earnings this week, the big companies that I've got I think it was 40 some odd, 37 companies for this week. Lyft is in here, owns semiconductor. Always when I'm looking at the companies that are reporting earnings, I want to look at the relative safeties. These are the companies where the relative safety is above 1, that the companies meet or exceed their earnings expectations quarter over quarter, month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year. Quarter over quarter, year over year. The semiconductors at the end phase is going to report. The stock has gone up so much that it's now way back above value. Good upside potential, good safety, fundamentally sound company. Sell recommendation. Why? Because RT has been so hit. They have positive earnings and growing their earnings at a clip of 37% a year. It all depends on what forward guidance is, but I think that the company should meet or exceed earnings. With the interest rate rich economy, a lot of these companies are going to feel the hurt when it comes down to reporting earnings. Cummins is up here, Activision, Tyson, PepsiCo, Wendy's. I got 37 of the most, let's go put this on 40. I got 37 of the most popular companies that are either reporting today or sometime this week. All right, and out of those, I always like to look at the VectorVest indicator of relative safety. And then I also want to look at what earnings growth rate. Which companies have the highest earnings growth rate in the list? Enphase has got the highest, followed by Centene and OWN and Cummins and so on. Which ones are going up the fastest? Let's check that out. Lyft is going up the fastest. Good upside potential. Safety is not there. Good earnings growth. Under Armour, on the other hand, trading at, let me scroll that over, trading at 81.10, a little bit overvalued, more of a speculative play, but it is going up in price, positive earnings growth. Royal Caribbeans is up here. Disney is trying to overcome a social thing before they went and got Iger back. They're on the comeback trail. We'll see what goes on with them. Price is overvalued, fundamentally not sound right now, but it's in an uptrend prior to earnings. We'll see what happens with this. Wow, most of them have lousy CIs. Yeah, they do, and that's unfortunate. The CI is the comfort index, the stock's ability to withstand long and lengthy price declines. Enphase is at the top by way of CI. And only 1, 2, 3, 4 companies have a CI above 1. The rest of them are below 1. You can say wokeness about, I'm not talking about that. Mark, put this in front of my face. Mark, don't get me started on that. This is not a political channel. All right? So I just put that out there. All right. Thank you for putting that up there, Badger, about the webcast. Joey put the link up there. As a matter of fact, the link is still pinned to the top for those of you guys who are interested in joining Jim's webcast. Mark says, I'm an ex-cast member. I can't stop it. All right. Well, stop it. Stop putting all that stuff out there. All right. So those are the stocks with the earnings this week. Somebody wanted to know what industries were moving. Let's go check that out. Let's go to unit search. I've got a search that I created for the YouTube channel in our industry, Delta Industries, for Delta Searches Industries. I've got one that relative timing, Delta is 10-day sorted. So the industries with the biggest change in Delta and relative timing are sorted. But I wanted to make sure 10 days ago, they also had positive deltas on relative timing. So let's go see what's moving. Business service printing. Over the last 10 days, the relative timing delta is up almost 30%. 10 days ago, it was at 14, almost 15. So almost a double the percentage in delta. So with that, let's go see what stocks are moving in there. You need some ideas. You need some ideas on stocks to get into. Let me go right click, view the stocks in that industry group. Let's go see what stocks are in there. Printing. Sites, taking a little bit of moment. There he is, about 12 stocks in there. What's undervalued? Let's start off there. Let's go see what's undervalued. How about ARC? Good upside potential, good earnings and earnings growth. Here's one, and it's in an uptrend. Keep your eye on that. ARC. What else? I want to see what's undervalued. Undervalued, not a lot. Good gravy. Not a lot undervalued. Only one stock in here was undervalued, and that was ARC. Keep your eyes on it. And it's a lower dollar stock. It's got good upside potential. The safety is not there. It is in an uptrend. No CI above 1, but it does have a positive VST. Let's go see what other industries met the criteria of having positive relative timing delta last week. Wow, software desktop is falling. How about another one? Sector, ETF sector consumer discretion. Almost a double the move over the last 10 days. Let's go view the stocks in that industry group. So these are ETF consumer. Shippers are on the move, Stephanie. Yes, they are. Here's the Tesla. TSLL. Let's go move that over, move the value over. Because these are ETFs, I'm really going to concentrate to RT. Wow. Look at all of these RTs on all of these consumer staple ETFs. Wow. They're all above 1. Let's go look at all 20. So again, you want to know what's moving by way of the system. I can do that for you. Look at that. So I don't know what half of these ETFs are. Number one, they are, and I need to sort these by average volume. I want to make sure that whatever one I look at, that they have good average volume they trade. TSLL, that's the Tesla long trade. And if you want to trade Tesla without trading Tesla big money, this is a great way to do that. TSLL is trading at $12. RT of 1.81. That's a great way to trade Tesla as an ETF rather than trading the Tesla price. All right, Stephanie's talking about shippers. Shippers are not showing me that they're moving like that. I do know that they are moving, Stephanie. Interesting that they're not showing me that. What other industries are moving? 26. So now, if I'm watching RTs on industries fall like here, like here, like here, like here, what does that tell you about the market? Like here, like here. Look at these. They're all falling over the last 10 days. What does that tell you about the market? Bullish or bearish? Type it in the room. Bullish or bearish? And the system is telling me that. It's not what I think. It's not what the headlines are telling me. These are looking at the industries that are on the rise, or in this case, not. I love that the system, the VectorVest system, remember, we do the work, you reap the rewards. The system is telling you that from an industry perspective, industries over the last 10 days, folks, are starting to fall. That's information. That's not me trying to push anything and try to get you to, that's information. So I wanted to address the question of trying to find out what industries are moving. And as you can see, there's not a lot. There's not a lot. That gives some insight as to what's going on in the market as well. Industry ETFs, let's go see where the market is moving today. Where's the money going today? Wow, sort this by percent price change. Natural gas, I still would play cold more so than boil, but oil and natural gas is where the money is going today. All of the other ETFs, to look at gold, to look at energy, real estate, materials, uranium, lithium, copper, industrial, consumer staples, everything else is down. Now, this is today. This is all down today. The money looks like today is only going into natural gas and oil. You bought Tesla. You know something? I'm not opposed to buying the TSLL, especially if Tesla is moving. Just be careful. All right. Now you know that on my live streams, I try to do something, use some kind of strategy that we talked about in the Tampa 2-day. On Mondays, we look at the NPI. I've got the MPI 1-day. I did a modification to it to show it for optionable trades. And for swing trades, I've got the MPI 3-day. All right, so first off, looking at the NPI or the near perfect indicator, let's go see how the stocks that I picked out for you last week are working. All right, so MPI 1-day from last week. Let's go back one trading week, which puts us on the 30th. All right. I had some stocks for you. I had 6 stocks for you. There's shipping. Diana's shipping was in here. Let's do a quick test of all of them. See what they look. Look at that in 1 week, folks. So this was using the MPI. I gave you some stocks to keep your eyes on by way of the near perfect indicator for the shorter term. Look at that. 3.16% is the spiders up 2.37%. Not a bad play. And there's Diana's shipping, Stephanie. Look at that. There's Diana's shipping up pushing 10% for the week. All right. We did it also for the MPI 3-day, more so for the swing trader. Let's go look at what they did from last week. Let's quick test the top 10. 2.41. We had only one stock that went up a lot. That was ABG, 10%. Folks, if I could show you stocks that did anywhere from 7 to 10% in a week, would you be happy? Yes or no? All right. If I could bring to your attention stocks that did 7 to 10% a week, would you be happy? Type of one or type of yes or no in the room. I know the answer. I know the answer. But the thing is that we do this when we present the stocks on my list of companies I want you to keep your eyes on. Every week, it seems like we find some stocks that go up. Now, we can also find some stocks that go down, but time them. You know, if I give them to you for the purposes of keeping them on your radar, do that and use whatever timing that you want to use to get into that. But nice move on ABG. Let's go look at the 1 and the 3-day that I have for you this week. Let's stream this. Here's my 1-day, FLL, SPWH, and Cron. I got a wheat stock in here. Well, it met the criteria of the near perfect indicator, and they're all optionable. So if you don't want to spend the money on the stocks, that's why I do them as optionable. If you don't want to spend the money on the stocks, you can leverage your money by playing the options. Sounds like a Ponzi scheme, says Fireblazer. Wow. If I can show you stocks that go up 7 to 10% a week, is that a Ponzi scheme? Or is that just some good stuff? This is why I try to tell you we need to try to get more people in the room. All right. Because, you know, I could tell you after the fact what something is done. But when we do this live every week and I give you these candidates and then we look next week and go, man, it did this. We did it live. Ain't no Ponzi scheme. We did it live. All right. So I'm just saying that. All right. So these are the stocks for the 1 day that met the criteria. Let's go look at them real quick. Right click, view the stock graph, pull these up on the MPI indicator, MPI graph, look out. Boom, boom. Put this on the 1 month. Put this on the 1 month. Look at that. 1 day. Boom. The 5 went across the 40. I'd like to see if this stock right here can take out. This is a 1 month graph. If it can take out the 1 month high of 949, it's not that far away from it. I'd like to see it take out that high, but I do like that the 5 crossed above the 40 on RT. SPWH, same scenario. I'd like to see it take out the 1 month high sitting at 1025, but the 5 did go across the 40. Let's go to the next one. Oof. Cron met it met the criteria earlier today, but now it doesn't meet the criteria anymore with the down bar. I would wait on Cron. Earlier today when I was running the search, it was above, but today's down day took it out of the realm of the 5 above the 40. Wow, IMTX. I like that. And it's going above the 5 of the stop price. I like the move on this. IMTX, keep your eyes on that. All right, that's another 1 day. Let's go look at my 3 days. These are more of a swing trade, though. All right, these are more of a swing trade. So I'm going to look at these stocks again, view the stock graph. But this time I'm going to put them on a 3 month. These are more swing trades. MTRX. Look at that. The 5 just went above the 40 on price. On RT. I like the movement of the stock. MTRX, and it's a little inexpensive. All right, let's go to the next one. TITN. I like the move, but I wouldn't buy it on the down day. All right, I like the move bottom left to the top right, but I would not do it today because it's a down day. Glenn, what do you think of the VIX? I think the VIX is going up, but it's still below 20. It's still below 20. So I think there's a little fear in the market today, but not a big fear in the market overall. Is this the best you could do? 10% a week? Sigh, says Mark. Really, Mark? Really? You know what I'm going to give you, Mark? I'm giving you the crickets. Who else is doing it for you, Mark? Who else on this YouTube world is doing this for you? Legitimately. All right, let go. I like the move. Bottom left, top right. The 5 just went above the 40. Last time that happened, look at that. Nice little move. Nice little move. So it's doing it again. Keep your eyes on it, but I'd wait and make sure I'm buying on a green day. Another swing trade. This one I'm not sure. I see the trend is more down than up, but the 5 did go across the 40. Here's the big trough that Stan likes. The deeper the trough, the better. So I would keep my eyes on it, but a little give back today. Look at that. It's $294. A little bit of give back today. Next one is, there's my shippers again, Stephanie. All right. There's my shippers again, Stephanie. Shippers on the move. Here's another shipping stock. Look at the 5 went above the 40 on the stop price as well as on RT. This is a shipper that's on the rise. All right. Mark says, just VectorVest. Seriously, best results I've ever had. Thank you, Mark. I almost put you in timeout, Mark. All right. Roger says, sweet. I have watch list of casinos. 3-month quick stats up 25%. Alan, I'm not sure if I got the time to look at individual stocks today, my friend. All right. I got still a couple other things I got to do for you guys. Another transportation truck. I heard if you only eat bacon every day, you can lose weight. That's the case, folks. I should be anorexic. Man, because that's all I love is bacon. All right. So, and my last stock in here is INSW. Look at that. The 5 just went above the 40. The first time in 3 months could be setting up. All right. So those are my NPI plays for you this week. All right. Those are my NPI plays for you this week. What stocks are moving big today? Let's go peep that out. What stocks are moving big today? AI, man, how many of you in the Jockey Club are still making money with AI? Type of 1 in the room. We made some good money on AI last week in the Jockey Club. We made some good money on AI. All right, so, man, but stocks that are moving, be careful with those. Notice that all of these stocks that are moving up nicely today are all fundamentally unsound. They're all fundamentally unsound. All right, so these are news-driven moves. Just be careful. If you're going to take them, take them. If you're going to take them, take them, but just be careful. Notice that all of these are way overvalued as well. Way overvalued. These are news-driven. Be careful. All right, OWN is doing well. Good earnings report. There you go, Ramon. I like that. All right, that was one of the stocks that I had in my earnings coming up for this week, right? Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to, that's right. Stephanie says, maybe AI and BBAI are the future great stocks. I'm telling you, I just did a video on AI stocks that's doing well. It's doing well. I think that we were on time with putting that information out to you. It's not way after the fact or anything. It was on time. Go check it out if you haven't already. Go check it out if you haven't already. All right. Let's go look at value plays. Let's go look at, you guys said you wanted me to give you value and growth plays every week. Let's go look at my value plays from last week. Let's go look at my value plays from last week. Let's go, there they are. Let's go back one trading week. Let's go see what they did. All right, let's go see what they did. 130, quick test all of them. Look at that. Look at that, folks. This is what I want. Get more people to the channel. Here's another stock. 10% in 1 week. All right, only one of the stocks out of the 5 or 4 that we had, out of the 5, only one stock went down. The rest of them went up, and we're outpacing the S&P 500. Those are the value plays. Let's go look at the growth plays. All right, those were where's my growth plays from last week? Growth plays from last week. Let's go check those out. All right, quick test. Nano Dimensions was in there. I like the lithium play, PILBF. Let's go see what they did last week. All right. Wow, not as good. Not as good, but oh, I found another stock that went up in excess of 10%. Folks, I try to get this for you every week, folks. I try to get this. But NU went up almost 12%. 2 stocks did go down. The lithium play did get beat up a little bit, down almost 8%. Nano Dimensions down 1.5%, but 3 out of the 5 did go up. We made a positive gain, but we did not keep up with the S&P 500. Mark says, Mark, just keep posting your comments are appreciated and forgive Glenn. He said, how am I jealous? What am I? Sigh. What am I jealous about? My job is to help you. Why am I jealous? Why am I jealous? I love you guys to death. Listen, I love you guys to death. My job is to help you. My job is to help you. Where can I find today's big movers and speculative plays? Harinder, you don't find them. These are my lists that I have for you for these live streams. You don't have these. But the purpose is, as Braxton brought up last week, building a watch list of these different types of stocks to keep on your radar. That's what I do for you here. These suggestions come from these watch lists that I built for you for the live streams, Harinder. And how do you get these stocks? You're watching live right now, or you watch the recording where you get all of the stocks that I'm talking about. All right, let's talk about my value plays for this week. All right, here's my value plays for this week. URI, Steel, Analog Devices, Broadcom. Lam Research is a stock. I just did a story on it. It was part of Friday's story. It was one of the stocks stocks on my radar. All right, LRCX is in there, CDW. I don't even want to look at graphs. I'm letting you know that these are my value plays for this week and my growth plays for this week. I think I've got 4. My growth plays for this week, there they are. No, it's 5. NU Holdings, another tanking or another shipping company, Stephanie. 2 of them, by the way. Solo and Chimerix. Those are my 5 growth plays for you this week. Radar, what about sonar? Need to see in the dark. So these are all my sonar. That's what they're on my sonar. They're together. My radar and my sonar. Where am I sitting at? Right where I need to be, about 1246. Right where I need to be. All right. So market's got some volatility into it. Don't forget tonight's video. I think it's right on time for what's going on in the market to get you guys prepared. Everything that we do on this channel is for the purposes of keeping you well informed. We want you to make money, but the most of all is we don't want you to lose big on your positions as well. Can VectorVest predict a Super Bowl winner? Yes, it's going to be one of the 2 teams that play. All right. Dennis says, Glenn, I think the question was, what search are you using to select your stocks for your watch list? Now, I've created searches. Let's go back. I've created searches specifically for YouTube. Where is it? YouTube. I've got a search for my growth plays. I'll put this up real quick. Growth plays less than 10. If you want to take a picture of it, this is what I do. And I go through the graphs and I cherry pick which ones I want to put into my watch list. But I like the sort, which is relative value times CI. But stocks price greater than $1, average volume greater than 250,000 shares, relative value greater than 1, earnings growth rate greater than or equal to 10, actual price less than 10, and sales growth greater than 100%. That's the search that I use for my growth stocks. And then for my value stocks, stock price, I'm looking for undervalued stocks, price greater than $1, average volume greater than 250,000 shares. On these stocks for value plays, I want dividend to be greater than 2 and relative safety to be greater than 1. And these are sorted by relative safety. All right, so those are my 2 searches that I go through to find you my value plays and my growth plays. All I do is after I run the search is I go through the graphs and I cherry pick good graphs to bring to the table for the watch list. Does that answer your question? All right, does that answer your question? All right, because you know me, I want to be transparent as much as I can. I don't just willy-nilly pick any of the stocks. I use the system for a lot of it. And then the rest of it is Gary, I do a lot of research, especially when it comes down to my videos that I do on a nightly basis. A lot of that comes from research. And then I use the VectorVest system to analyze them. Where will the video be dropped off at? It will start at about 6 o'clock this evening. It will be posted on our YouTube page about 6 o'clock this evening. All right. Gary says you told us news. Oh no, did I not show you this a long time ago? When I go and look for stuff, you see all of this right here? You see all of this right here? This is the research that I do. Oops, hold on. This is the research that I do. Put that here. I got so many resources to go back up what I'm looking for. So Gary, this is the news. This is, I mean, from investing.com to CNBC to Tip Ranks to Yahoo to the heck is this? Dang it. Market Watch, Wall Street Journal, The Times, Barron's. So when everybody asks me what kind of research I do, this is the kind of research that I do. This is the kind of research that I do. All right, so, and I go through all of these to find articles on a lot of different things, before I put anything out there to you. All right, so how many tabs do I have? Right here it says research, 49. I got 49. All right, what time is your 6 p.m. video? Mark, I just put you in the timeout. All right, I just put you in the timeout. So when I talk about doing research, folks, I go through the gambit of looking through a lot of different websites to find information on the stocks that I put out on the video. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. All right, I gotta go. Don't forget, 6 p.m. video tonight at 6. I think my PC would choke. Joey thinks that if you're ever in the office when this is up, my computer is choking. My computer, if you listen to my tower, my tower is choking. It is going, it sounds like an airplane taking off. It really does. But this is what I do to get you the news, to get you the information that I get you. All right, I got to go. Thank you guys for being here. Again, and going forward, when we have our live streams, invite people. I think that we do a great job of giving information instead of trying to push an agenda on any stock. How many likes do we get? 87. You know me. Let's see if we can get 100 likes before we leave. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But I need you guys to help me to get more people in here so that they get an understanding of what we do and how we help everybody. All right. So with that, folks, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.